Luke Thomas with MMAfighting.com here in Atlanta, Georgia at the UFC 145 pre-fight workouts next to UFC welterweight Matt Brown. Now, Matt, I sort of alluded to this off camera. I have to do it because if I don't, they're going to kill me online. Fans have been telling me for 5 years that you and I are like twins. Now, looking at me now, is it like looking into a mirror? What do you think?
I don't agree. No.
Well, I didn't agree either.
It is a bad thing, but I see the resemblance. I see what they're talking about.
A little bit, right?
Yeah. You got more gray hair than me, though.
I do. I'm Silver Fox, I guess. All right, so let's get to your fight here. Interesting guy you're facing, karate background. But you said something kind of interesting, I thought, and it was kind of a funny quote, too. You said, listen, I could be 100 if I fought a bunch of idiots. So let me ask you, do you disparage his background? Do you not take it seriously?
No, it's not like that. I mean, it's commendable what he did, winning so many kickboxing matches. I'm sure there was, times where he was sick, injured, didn't feel like fighting, had a bad day, divorced wife, whatever, So it's commendable, to be able to have a streak like that and, gut out every single fight, regardless of who you're fighting, But the fact is, I never heard of none of his opponents. Maybe it's because I'm not informed, but I wasn't impressed with his MMA record, and but he's a legit guy, man. A lot of people say he's one of the better kickboxers in the world, and so I guess we'll find out, right?
St. Pierre has said something I thought was kind of hard to square, but it's St. Pierre that this is the best kickboxer he's ever seen. You buy that? I mean, you think does he really believe that, or is that just supporting a teammate?
I have no idea. Don't make a difference, you know what I mean? Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's just saying whatever. I don't really look into that stuff, you know what I mean? It simply does not mean nothing.
Let's talk about what does mean something. I asked him this question because it came up after the Machida Shogun fight, namely that for MMA purposes at least, all things being equal, Thai boxing is just a better style than karate. Agree or disagree?
No, it's more with the application, I think, but I believe you do need to understand Muay Thai for MMA. But ultimately, what it comes down to is the person applying it and how they apply it, and that's the most important thing. But I would say, all things being equal, Muay Thai, is a more powerful style. And it's probably going to win most of the time.
You have fought a huge range of different opponents with a wide range of skill sets. Is this, I'm not saying it's better or worse, but does he have the most unique skill set, at least for your UFC experience coming up?
Absolutely, yeah, no question about that, man. He has by far the most unique style. I've seen, every other style, even win or lose, these guys that I've at least seen what they're going to do. Even when they beat me, it's not because they tricked me, you know what I mean? Like, if I get choked out, it's not because I ain't never been choked before. You know what I mean? But this type of guy where he could throw something at you ain't never seen before.
Have you watched tape on him? There is a fair amount, and granted, in some cases it's the World Kickboxing League, World Combat League. Yeah, so there's not so much you can glean from there. But to what extent have you sort of prepared for this by evaluating how he performs?
I mean, I just I watch the tape and try to get the basics. You know what I mean? See what the basics of his style. I try to look too deep into it because you don't know, what he's doing for this camp. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his plan is. And like I've said 100 times before, man, it don't matter what he's gonna do. He's got to worry about what I'm gonna do. I plan on coming in and and wrecking his face up pretty good and smashing it in, and that's what he's got to worry about. He's got to worry about being in the hospital after the fight. I don't have to worry about what he's gonna do to me.
Talk about how you view your veteran experience next to him. Now, I know you indicated that maybe some of these guys you hadn't heard of. Okay, fair enough. He's got a ton of experience, but you've got way more in the UFC against, a wide variety of opponents. How do you evaluate and compare your experience to his? What does yours mean to you and as a benefit going into this fight?
That's one of them things, it could be a huge factor, could be no factor at all. But that's one of the factors that I have no control over. All I can control is what I do and how I feel, how mentally prepared I am. His own preparation, his own experience, all that stuff I have no control over, so I don't even care about it.
But I guess what I mean is, if you take him out of his element, right, and you are a noted grappler, right, let's say you have a clear advantage there, do you believe he will fold quicker than if the fight was sort of contested on the feet?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know. What I mean? It could, some guys, could have. I mean, look at Michael Madonna. He's 21 years old. You know what I mean? And he's proven time and time again. He's tough as they come, and he's, what I mean? It's different for every person. You know what I mean? Some guys could be very, very, experienced and still be having, the nerves affect them and stuff and not performing at their best. Some guys doesn't take no experience at all coming the first time. I mean, Thompson looked good in his first fight. Didn't look like his lack of experience was any bother there.
All right, Matt Brown, best of luck to you on Saturday night, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, bro.